stuff kind of smells like alcohol, like liquor. But yeah, it's got kind of a yellow tint to it. But I still gotta get up underneath it. I don't think the top will be fine. I mean, I think the top will be fine. And earlier I said it will be fine to get this stuff on your rotor. Try to avoid that. This is a lubricant film that creates a protective coat. You don't really want that. Try to get them bolts. You don't really want that on the rotors. So, let's get some fresh air. I advise maybe taking a shower, cool shower, for a good 15 minutes to rinse it off just in case. Never used this stuff before, so it's got good reviews. That's the first coat. I probably let it set 30 minutes, maybe. Probably be a good Jesus. Or Jesus, thank you, for 30 minutes or something, and then put another coat. But I don't know if I put it on a little bit too thick, because it did turn yellow in some places. Maybe I can wipe it off. That doesn't really bother me too much, as that's just a little, you can wash it off with, they make some cleaner and degreaser that actually remove it, so it's not a real big issue. I did spray the rims too on the outside. And I will let it air out a little bit. I will go again over it, but I did this zinc coated bolt here. Probably put another coat on it. See, it's got like a little bit of a goldish tint. I try to get most of all these areas, especially zinc coated bolts, like that one. Yeah, that one. I got most of these, and I'll spray them again. Move them around a little bit and spray them again. Yeah, and get up underneath it again. I'm gonna put another coat. But I don't know how long it's there. Need to get them again. It does seem to not be as strong, but I think if you hold it too long, it may turn a little yellow. But again, that's okay, because I'd rather that than corrosion. But yeah, I put them on there to not scratch the metal. And little pieces of shop towel. Because the factory paint does create a protective coating. Again, I may not have that issue here, but just to be on the safe side, you can reapply it every year if you want. Maybe clean down, use a degreaser, and reapply it. Another thing that was advised, I got some marine gray grease here, and Lucas marine gray grease, lithium grease, and I'm gonna coat or put a little bit on the threading, just a little bit of the, not the lug nuts, but the skid plate bolts, because they go directly in the frame. What's wrong with my focus here? There we go. Just on the threads a little bit, and not over tighten them, but tighten them just like you would if you didn't. Some people put Loctite, but you know, if you lose a bolt, you can buy another one. That's cheap. But if it gets rusted in there, I think it's rusted. If it gets rusted in there, yeah, it breaks off in the frame. Now that's after years of having it and it being exposed. People that work on these machines regularly, that's been on farms and what have you, yeah, it's a good idea. But I mean, you can take the front A-arms off if you want. Again, it's like one bolt and it snaps on the rest of it. Yeah, I don't know how long this takes, but it's getting kind of dark and I want to try to get it back together before, so at least get the wheels back on it. It don't take very long. I'll try to put it back together quick. It don't take long. I do want to flip these over. And do the back side. And we'll wipe them off with a paper towel. But wipe them off. It's alright if it gets a little dark out here, as long as I can see. But my neighbor wants to take us somewhere. But yeah, let's see. I know you probably can't see me because I'm out of frame, but it got dark on me. I hope it's kind of, that's the way it is with the coat. It kind of looks sticky. Kind of when I grabbed the lug nuts to put the front wheels on, seemed a little sticky. But anyway, yeah, the stip weight, you put this little piece here on, and these two little 10mm bolts there, and there's the ones that's on the side. They kind of go up here. Let's see, where is that? I don't know. I hope that don't go up. That one don't go first. I gotta take that back off. I don't know, we'll see. Nice. A couple of these here, these little 10mm. You see I got that coating on it. It's not as silvery as before. So let me go ahead and get some of that grease. I want to get some of this grease in here. Put a little bit on there. Just a little bit on each one. And that way, when you put them in there over time, if they do get susceptible to rust, that they don't get rusted in there. Now I noticed that on that old 300 when I went to take the carrier bolts out. Hold on just a minute, I gotta get more when I went to get them bolts out, even though I put liquid wrench penetrating oil in it, it still didn't come out. Now, let's see if we can find it. Sorry about that. I got cut off. I found out what the problem was. One of the apps had like way too much my storage. Anyways, let's get back to that. Anyways, on the right here is where that goes in, and that's a 10 millimeter. You can see it holds up the skid plate. But that would probably be just the one you gotta watch out for. You need that 10 millimeter. Oops. Ratcheting wrench. But let me get this back together, and we'll take a look at it afterwards. Welcome back. So I finally got it put back together, and as you can see, it got damp, which is not what I wanted, but my neighbor needed my help. As you can see, it's kind of yellow looking. But that's just the nature of the collar. But yeah, I'm gonna ride it up and down the street a little bit. I got the plastic back on and stuff. It didn't turn out the way I wanted initially. I wanted to apply it when I washed it initially before any dust accumulated, and after it was dry, like the following day, and earlier in the day, so that it would have had time to dry before moisture built up. It may be fine if it dries fast, I don't know. But you know, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I might apply some more later. Come back here and spray a couple bolts. I seen it may look like I missed, but yeah. So well, that'll conclude it. But yeah, that's that marine grade CRC stuff. It does go on a little goldish color, but it should help. Should bond as long as it dries. I'll have to Google and see if anybody knows about how long it takes to dry. This thing's a little sticky when I touched it a little bit with the gloves, and I gotta take a shower here shortly, but it should be okay. So we'll see how it turns out. I'll check it tomorrow to see what it looks like, and but yeah, if you do it, you want to do it in a dry area where it'll dry, ventilated. Preferably do it outside when it's warm, and you know, because it is kind of strong smelling, and I don't know, you know, I can still smell it now a little bit, but it's okay. It keeps the underbody from rusting is okay for me. I don't like it to stay at the same RPM range where it's still got that factory break-in oil in it. So I'll put this video together and upload it to YouTube, and if you have any comments or questions, or you want to like or subscribe, it's up to you. But I did get my registration in, and the plate should be in, so it's coming along. Hopefully I'll get it out and get the first 100 miles on it, and if I can get that break-in oil, factory break-in oil out, because that's not your on-the-shelf Jenny Ford oil, and it's a special type of oil from the factory for the process. I don't know how well that does in cold temperatures. I know 10W30 GM4 is good down to about almost 20, then you need to switch to OW30. So that's the plans. So I'll see you again here next time on